OpenAI just released two new models, O3 and O4 Mini. They're the smartest models the company has built so far, and they can now reason with images. O3 can zoom in, crop, and even read small handwritten text. In one test, it figured out the location of a restaurant just from the picture of its menu. But is it really genius level AI as everyone claims it to be? In this video, I'll be going through the benchmark results and even real world tests. Hey marketers, welcome back to the channel. But if you're new here, we are a full cycle agency using marketing strategies and branding solutions to help your business grow. At the branding agency, we've been using AI for years, everything from the popular ones that you know today to AI tools that you've probably never even heard of before. Everything seemed to kick off when a post from OpenAI's CEO, Sam Altman, amplified a quote from immunologist Daria Unatmez saying that the new O3 model was at or near genius level. Let's be clear, the initial feedback is strong. Pretty much everyone agrees that these models, now powering the plus tier of ChatGPT, felt noticeably sharper, faster, and more capable than their predecessors like O1. While many agree that the models are a solid step forward, perhaps even the best currently available for certain tasks, the genius claims feels like a stretch, especially when you dig into the details and compare it to formidable competitors like Google's Gemini 2.5 Pro. First, Daria shared O3's results on the Mensa Norway IQ test, and it's neck and neck with Gemini 2.5, hovering around genius level of 136, which to him proves his point. Next, Artificial Analysis just released their independent evaluation of O4 Mini, which we know isn't O3, but it's pretty close. And yes, it technically claims the highest score on their intelligence index to date. It scored a 70, beating out Gemini 2.5 Pro preview of 68 and Grok 3 Mini reasoning of 67. The model shows particularly impressive gains in coding intelligence, where it achieved the #1 position in their coding index, with strong improvements in both live code bench and SciCode benchmarks. It also showed impressive performance on math benchmarks, matching or exceeding others. Rather than just talking about benchmarks, we decided to put these models to the test with real-world mathematical reasoning and problem-solving prompts to see the capabilities of this new ChatGPT model. So over here, I have my Google Sheets doc with around 7 prompts that I'll be testing and seeing if they either pass or fail the prompts. So the first one is write a Python script that solves any standard 9x9 Sudoku using backtracking and show each placement step in the terminal until the puzzle is complete. So this tests the algorithmic reasoning, recursion backtracking, constraint propagation, state tracking, and the explanatory output. So let's just copy and paste this here. And we'll change this to Canvas to collaborate on writing and code. So you can see real-time coding right here. All right, so it's added a complete ready-to-run Python script to the canvas, and it should print the board after every digit placement so I can watch the solver progress in real time. So we can just actually run it on the top right over here and see how it plays. All right, and that's it. Starting from the top, you can see each step along the way to see how the program ran. Yeah, no, I think we're good here. I'm not an expert at Sudoku, but it gets a pass. All right, so the next one is code a TV that lets me change channels with number keys 0 to 9. So this one tests the creative coding, state management in graphics, generative art, and the mapping UI of events such as the keys to content and bounding geometry as the mask. We'll X out of here. And that took only 12 seconds. That's kind of crazy. All right, so as you can see here, we have the interactive TV sketch code ready with around 406 lines. I'm gonna try the code out on p5.js, which is a tool for learning code and making art. Let's copy this. And then let's start coding. Okay, hopefully this works. I'm not too familiar with this. Oh my gosh. Okay, so it actually worked. So if I press, oh, this is so cool. This is actually so cool. So the first channel is 24-hour news. Prime Sports is channel 2. Wild Earth, so we're getting taken over by aliens, it looks like. Galactic Sci-Fi is channel 4. 5 is Music Mania. 6 is Weather Watch. 7 is Chef's Corner. Game Show Live, we got Jeopardy on channel 8. And Midnight Noir on channel 9. Retro Cartoons on channel 0. This is so cool. This is actually so cool. Holy crap. Maybe my career as a program developer might actually flourish with this new with this new O3 Mini. I don't know. This one looks like an easy pass for me. Seeing it in real time is actually crazy. Next prompt, which is more of a reasoning prompt in more algebra, time, distance, speed reasoning, step-by-step arithmetic. So let's go over how ChatGPT can handle this one. I think it's in terms of just explanation in general, rather than just spitting out random numbers. It could be spitting out random numbers and I wouldn't even know because I'm not a mathematician, but it looks pretty good. What if I just verify this right here? Let's see if Gemini 2.5 can solve it actually. Okay. Let's see if we get the right answer. Let's see if we get the same answer. So the cyclist and bus pass each other at a distance of 40.125 kilometers from town X. And then if we go back to here, yeah, it looks like Gemini 2.5 and ChatGPT o3 got the same answer. We might have to do the next test on Gemini 2.5. Thoughts? Leave it in the comment section below. Okay, so I'm just gonna say it's a pass. I'm just gonna say it's a pass, even though I cannot prove that this is correct. It even gave method A and method B. Both methods agree. So giving two methods to solve the equation is pretty impressive. All right, so the next prompt we have is generate a clean SVG code that draws a symmetric snowflake of depth 3 centered at 150, 150 with an initial side length of 200. This is gonna be testing the recursive geometry, coordinate manipulation, as well as clean code generation for the SVG model. So let's see if we can do this. Give me my perfectly symmetrical snowflake. All right, we're still analyzing. Okay. Oh, there it is. What is a Koch snowflake anyways? Hold on. I don't think we really replicated this. What if I do this? Okay, so we're not gonna create a snowflake this time. We're actually gonna create a butterfly. I think ChatGPT can redeem itself. Okay, this is much better. This is a lot better. So we have our SVG image of a simple butterfly. So this is very good. Everything looks pretty symmetrical, even the antenna here. Perfect circle shapes, ovals. This one gets a pass. This one gets a pass in my books. I might have been too specific on the first prompt. So this one, I just kept it simple and didn't have any numbers or anything that it needed to think about. And just said, you know, just design this, keep it symmetrical, and just keep it simple. And it gave me a much better image. Okay, so the next one we have is a web-based calculator. So the next prompt that we have is a web-based calculator that supports arithmetic, parentheses, and an undo button, and a running history tape. So let's provide ChatGPT with this prompt. Am I able to run it? Can I please run it? You know what? Let's just do this then. Can you create the front end for this app? I would like to use it in ChatGPT if possible. Okay, now I can run it. Preview. There we go. 9 times 9. So if I do multiple numbers, undo will get rid of one number at a time, while the C will just cancel everything. And let's see if the history works. 8 times 8 equals, boom, we have the history. 9 times 6. Okay, I completely fumbled the calculation. In terms of coding and app creation, ChatGPT is kind of cooking. It's kind of cooking with that one. All right, so the last one, hopefully this one works. More so to test out the propositional logic, contradiction method, as well as reasoning chains and just explanation clarity in general. So we have 5 robots, Aria, Bolt, Syra, Dex, and Echo, and each made one statement. Aria said Bolt lies, Bolt said Dex is malfunctioning, Syra said I'm functioning properly, Dex said exactly 2 of us are malfunctioning, and Echo said Syra is telling the truth. So assuming exactly one robot is malfunctioning and therefore always lies, determine which robot it is and justify your reasoning step by step. This one's a hard one. Let's see if ChatGPT can handle these types of questions. I actually also want to see what the answer is. Let me, you know what? While this is thinking, I'm going to try to solve it right now. Let's see if I can do it before ChatGPT does it. The 5 robots both lies, which means that Dex is not malfunctioning. 2 of us are malfunctioning. But here's the thing, only 1 robot is malfunctioning. So is Dex also a liar? Because I think Dex is a liar here. Syra is functioning properly. Echo says Syra's not true. So Syra is immediately crossed out of the equation. I feel like it could be Dex. I feel like it could be Dex or Bolt. So there's no way to have exactly 1 malfunctioning, always lying robot. The 5 statements create an unavoidable contradiction, so the initial assumption is impossible. Assuming that there's 1 and only 1 malfunctioning robot who always lies, while all functioning robots always tell the truth. Look at Dex's claim. Exactly 2 of us are malfunctioning. The premise says exactly 1 robot can malfunction, so Dex's sentence is false. I agree. Therefore, Dex must be the lone liar, the only robot permitted to make a false statement. Because Dex is the only liar, every other robot must be truthful. In particular, Bolt says Dex is malfunctioning. This is true. Arya says Bolt lies, but Bolt just told the truth, so Arya's sentence is also false. We now have 2 false statements, Dex's and Arya's. That violates the premise that only 1 robot lies. The deduction in step 2 led to contradiction, so our initial assumption that just 1 robot lies cannot be satisfied. Because every other possible choice for the 1 liar reproduces the same contradiction, no consistent assignment exists. Hence, no single robot can be identified as the malfunctioning one under the stated conditions. That's crazy. Who did I say? I think I said Dex. I feel like it could be Dex. If it wasn't for Arya saying that Bolt lies, Dex would have been the malfunctioning one. Which means I beat ChatGPT in terms of reasoning. That's pretty good. We'll pass that one. ChatGPT might be genius level. I'm not gonna lie, it might be genius level. And it's a super valuable tool, but the real genius isn't in the AI alone, it's how to use it to integrate into your operations. Drop a comment below with your biggest AI question, or click the link in the description to book a strategy call where we can discuss how to apply these models specifically to your marketing challenges. And if you found this breakdown helpful, hit subscribe for more insights on how to actually use AI to scale your business. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.